beauty of U&I is that it's very youth friendly. So when you see our staff members, when you see our facilitators, all of these people are young people. Because our model is that young people can mentor other young people.
So basically what we do is that we empower the youth to create solutions that are in line with Vision 2030, in line with the SDGs. And we also empower them to know that they can make a difference in the world. We take them through a curriculum and we train them on how to really tap into the inner leader.
In this country, we are not short of skilled people. We have people who are very highly educated and who have acquired vast skills in so many aspects, including leadership. But those skills don't seem to be translated on the ground, on the workforce, on the public sector, on the private sector. We don't seem to be getting the benefits of all this education. And why? Because there's a missing link. And the missing link is building the mindset.
Sometimes, especially like Africa or especially Kenya, that we focus so much on how smart a person is and what education results they have, but you know, we can't have like a really smart doctor being a doctor and then now not having integrity and like putting money before helping someone. And those are the skills that you and I will now put in the youth to help them become better people.
People who are patriotic, people who carry themselves with integrity, people who are committed, who have the right work ethics, and who believe in making a positive change. Once we have sufficient people with that kind of a mindset, then this country is poised to take a totally different direction from where we are at the moment. I believe U&I is poised to break that chain reaction, that vicious cycle of poor leadership in this country. And we want to start by approaching it from the core. And the core is the youth, especially youth from the high school, because at a high school level, that's when an individual starts realizing, ambitions, and they start seeing the world in a different way, and they start developing careers. They start thinking about careers in a more serious way. So what a better stage to start getting them involved in this. And the best way to involve them is to put them into structured programs that can start changing their mindset, start changing their attitudes, so that they can start now seeing themselves as the leaders of tomorrow.
We do both high school and university sessions. And for the high school students, we run a curriculum for 4 years. The first 2 years is more or less about teaching them what a leader is, who a leader is, and encouraging them to know that every one of them is a leader in different areas. Then the third year, we take them through the SDGs, we educate them on what that is. And the reason why we do that is so that they can gear their solutions towards current problems that the world is facing. And then in the fourth year, we liaise with the industry, and we bring people in who can just educate them on what changes they're making on what impacts they're making in the world, and also in our country as well. And we also link them to potential areas that they'd be interested in. For the university program, we teach them through activities. So we have workshops that we set up. We also have school-based activities that we do for them as well. And we also have an application that we're devising that is basically a forum for students to engage with other leaders in Kenya, in Africa, in the world. And the way that works is that we encourage all these students that take part in activities to partner with us in doing social activities and social responsibilities.
People say that some people are born leaders. But personally, having brought up children, up to teenage level, up to the time they were adults, I know that leadership can be nurtured and built through deliberate actions in school and at home. These actions, when structured in a proper way, will eventually bring out the leadership qualities in our children. And this is what we are striving to achieve.
For the campus students, we teach them to give back to the environment and give back to the communities. And they do this by doing any CSR. So they can visit a children's home, they can plant trees, and then now they'll take pictures and they'll post on the application. And then they redeem them for any event that they'd want to come for, a UNI event or anything else online. So probably we liaise with other companies and we'd have them redeem them for online shopping, something like that. The whole point of doing that is to encourage young people to take part in initiatives that are beyond themselves, and we encourage them to partner with other students and other organizations as well to do things like this. So it's not just classroom activities. We have other ways of engaging them and engaging their community, and we teach them that they don't have to wait for someone to provide a solution for them. They can provide their own solution, they can spearhead that solution, and they can have people on board.
We want to have leaders who can have an impact in their communities, in their small communities, before they become leaders in the bigger communities. So this is a joint effort. It is not an effort that you and I can achieve on its own. It requires a lot of support from the parents, a lot of support from the guardians, a lot of support from people who have direct influence on the youth and our children as they grow up. And I would really urge the parents who appreciate what building leadership is all about to take up this initiative and join the program.
There's a common language between young people. So what challenge we face is that we need now to get the approval from the government. Of course, it's a good thing to actually partner with government, but that now takes a long time because this vetting is going through a content. We have to wait for the ministry or the KICD to actually vet our product before we take it out there. So we have been facing those challenges, and what we're trying to do is partner even the ministry and tell them we want to do this, how can you come on board? Another major challenge is fundraising. Of course, our model is a social enterprise, so we are facing a lot of challenges in terms of operating the product because we are currently using our own funds. Partnership aspect has been a challenge, and we are trying now to call upon even strategic partners, not just financially, but also people who can help us in our products, run our activities in the best way. So that's why between 2016 and 2020 we have not done such a big thing. At least today we're starting with the launch because we're trying to call as many people to support us in this journey.
We are looking at sponsorships because this is a program that will involve training. It will involve visiting a lot of institutions and building networks within the institutions which has run this program successfully. And this requires substantial amounts of funding. So I would also like to urge those who are in a position to support and those who believe in our youth, in building our youth so that they can become the leaders that we desire, to do it through action by taking up various sponsorship programs that we would be lining up and becoming the real part of being the change agents.
Basically, UNI is an initiative for young people to teach them and encourage them and give them the confidence that they need to make changes in their communities and in their country. And we encourage them to make sustainable changes that would last for a long period of time.
We would be reaching out to you. Please get as much information from our website, youandi.co.ke. Learn more about our programs and see how you can chip in.
UNI is mission driven. We are planning or targeting to engage more than 1 million young people by 2030. This is ambitious and we know we can do it because the world is counting on you and I to make a difference.
We are relying on you and I to make a difference in this world. We are relying on you and I to achieve a better world for today and tomorrow.